Infrastructure, by definition, undergirds a country's socio-economic development. The more strategically distributed it is, both sectorally and spatially, the better it is for inclusive growth and sustainable development. With a growing economy, the Philippines requires more and better selected infrastructure investment given its archipelagic landscape, expanding population, and rapid urbanization. To support a higher growth trajectory and improve the quality of life in both urban and rural communities, the infrastructure development will remain among the top priorities of the government over the medium term. Spending on infrastructure has to be intensified while addressing persistent issues and challenges hampering implementation so that the so-called golden age of infrastructure will form part of a solid foundation for reaching the country's long-term vision 2040. Assessment and challenges of the transportation system in the Philippines. Despite the improvement and expansion of the transport systems, it is still inadequate vis-a-vis the growing demand. Road-based transport infrastructure remain a key point of convergence with other productive sectors, but the quality remains inadequate. Upgrading and expansion of the country's mass transport network have not kept up with demand and have not affected the desired shift from private car usage to high-capacity public transport solutions. The country's civil aviation sector met its overall target, but with regional integration, it will need to meet a significantly higher demand. The country's port system benefited from a number of projects, but infrastructure quality and operational efficiency still need to be improved. The provision of adequate transport security has been constrained by the limited assets and institutional capacities of concerned agencies. To address the identified issues and challenges, here is the strategic framework based on the Philippine Development Plan. Based on that strategic framework, there are four major strategies for the infrastructure sector. A. Increase spending on public infrastructure. B. Implement strategic infrastructure for the various infrastructure subsectors. C. Ensure asset preservation. And letter D. Intensify research and development on technologies that are cost-effective over the whole project lifecycle. These strategies are vital towards achieving the overall sectoral objectives for the infrastructure sector and the corresponding targets set over the medium term. Subsector Outcome 1. Spending on public infrastructure increase. First, enhance the linkage of the planning, programming, and budgeting processes of the government. 2. Encourage private sector participation. 3. Formulate and update master plans and roadmaps. And 4. Improve government administrative systems and procedures on project implementation. Subsector Outcome 2. Strategic infrastructure implemented. The efficiency of the transport sector will be enhanced to sustain economic growth and increase competitiveness by providing adequate, accessible, reliable, and safe access for people and goods across the country, neighboring regions, and the world. In the short term, road-based transport will be improved by addressing traffic congestion through engineering, enforcement, and education, while in the long run, the road network will be upgraded and expanded to the highest quality standards. The desired shift from private to public transport with emphasis on mass transport will be encouraged by ensuring the accessibility, availability, affordability, adequacy, convenience, and reliability of rail transport and fast rapid transit (BRT) systems. The government will exhaust all possible means to improve the operational efficiency of airports and to address constraints to optimal capacity utilization. Port facilities will be improved to ensure that inter-island shipping, including a stronger ro-ro network, will remain a viable option for transporting people and cargo. Safety and security of the public transport system will be improved by adopting a security structure that is universally accepted to eradicate activities that may cause injury, death, loss, or damage to property. Subsector Outcome 2. Asset Preservation Ensure. Increase technical and financial capabilities for operations. Incorporate climate change adaptation and disaster resilience measures. Ensure the security of infrastructure's facilities. Sector Outcome 4. Intensify infrastructure-related research and development intensified. To improve the infrastructure sector, it is imperative that research and development expertise is institutionalized. According to PDP, here is the legislative agenda for transportation system. For cross-cutting, the proposed legislation is amendments to the Build, Operate, Transfer Law and its IRR. For transportation, the proposed legislations are enactment of a national transport policy, enactment of a law creating independent regulatory bodies for railway and maritime transport sectors, and enactment of a law creating independent body for transport safety and security.